Hey family, how are you doing? Well, I hope. I'm here to ramble for a few minutes about moving abroad, living abroad as a retired person. And when I say ramble, what I mean is I'm just going to do a brain dump on some thoughts that crossed my mind. But a special thanks to a commenter who I didn't check their name on, so I'll have to find it again. But um, they had commented on a video that me and Marlene had done, and they said, "Congratulations on your retirement," which we thanked them. We've been retired, well, for me, I guess going on 5 years now, and she's been retired a lot longer than that because she retired before we left and to move abroad. But so one, they said they were traveling and just experiencing things and that they had learned things from our video. So thank you. And thank you to all of you who've been commenting, who've been watching our videos and doing things with us. I mean, that's fun. It's our pleasure to serve you. The deal is, I guess, that, so I was replying to them and I just kept typing. And I found myself remembering something very important, and it's a why. And I hadn't thought about it before. Like, we will tell people when we're giving workshops or even in comments or I don't know, whatever, we will tell people why is very important. Like, if you want to lose weight, you need to have a very good why because it'll carry you through the obstacles and hurdles that are inevitable that you will encounter while you're attempting to change your eating lifestyle, diet, lose weight. You must have a strong why, and no matter what it is, whatever you are going to do, have a strong why. And I'm going to get to that in a moment, our why, which I discovered. And I don't know, it was in the background until I answered this commenter. But anyway, like, I thought our why was because when I was still working for the government and I realized, oh my goodness, I wasn't putting into the TSP, tax savings plan, like I should have been over the years. And we're not going to have enough money to retire as we would like in America. And so we had started looking at Jamaica, Puerto Rico, St. Kitts, Nevis. We just knew it needed to be outside where things were a lower cost. And that makes logical sense. It's deeper than that. In fact, it was invisible to me, to myself, until it hit me earlier. Another reason why I thought the why. Because perhaps there's challenges going on in America. Okay, that's true. And in fact, we've experienced them in our family personally, not once, not twice, but like 3 times or something like that or more, where you're head to head with law enforcement. Maybe you could say it's just very difficult in the corporate world. That's true too. I experienced that working in Fortune 500 corporations and stuff like that. Yeah, that's true too. It's not that either. I'm replying to this commenter. I had finished the thought, went on to a new paragraph, and I said, should I put this? I said, yeah. I remember Marlene's dad, Pops. This man knew how to enjoy himself before he passed away. I mean, he's in his 60s, 70s, and 80s and stuff like that. And I'm like, ha. And I remember my own mother had told me, you need to smile. You need to have some joy, Mark, or something. I think it's summed up when a close friend of ours, Vanji, had said to me one time, we were looking at a van that I was purchasing. And with 4 sons, we had a lot of vans over our life. And her husband was helping me because Mark is very mechanically inclined. He's such a joy. And she looked at me, it was just she and I looking at the engine, listening to it before we bought it, right? And she said, you should be happy, but you look like you're waiting on the other shoe to drop. Meaning you're expecting something bad to happen and you're looking for it. And you know what? You tend to find what you're looking for. And when she made that statement to me, it kind of pierced my soul. And also my mom at times would tell me, you need to, like, can't you have some fun? I remember my mom played basketball with us. She had to be in her late 60s or 70s And we weren't running up and down full court or nothing, or even half court, but we were playing, her and my sons and cousins and stuff, and she was enjoying herself. I had this flashback to when my brother-in-law picked me up. Snow must have been 10 feet deep or whatever. No, not 10 feet, maybe a couple feet, which was typical where I'm from in the Midwest. And he had picked me up in his, I think, Ford Bronco. Had great sound system. It's night. It's really peaceful, man. When you got snow on the ground and it's nighttime, there's something just poetic about that. And Hassie, rest in peace, Hassie. He had some music on. 1976, The Jacksons. Enjoy yourself. I can't ever shake that moment, what it was like to get into that vehicle, to have the peace of the snow around you, the peace and quiet. And then this was thumping, man. It was nice. It was smooth. Okay, he had everything right, all the equalizer, everything was right. The bass, the tremolo, and man. So I typed that to this commenter. I said, please don't be offended, but please go pull this up. I can't play it because of copyright reasons, but the deal is that is my deep why. And I rushed in to tell Marlene I had typed this message to this commenter, and it hit me. It's not all this other stuff that I thought it was. We trying to build something for our family, give something to our sons. Yeah, that's true. But you know what? It's got to be personal. That's all good, but those are indirect. It's got to be personal to you, and it may not be logical. But I mean, it hit me, and so I did. I put that on YouTube and I played that song. I sat down for a few minutes. I said, "Yeah, this is it. You got to enjoy yourself. That's what works for me. You find out what works for you. We're not trying to convince anybody to leave America. You don't hear that from us. Also, some of y'all might be thinking, well, they just give a positive report or something. Well, I don't know. It's a function of our temperaments, our personality, but also there is an accuser of the brother. And guess what? I'm not it. Neither are my sons or my wife. So there's enough negative media out there. So we're not taking that role. Is not my job. Okay. And so I'm on this recovery, if you will, of being like done wrong and seeing the wrong that was done when I was working maybe for IBM in Bethesda, Maryland, or down in Washington, D.C., or working for the government for various federal agencies, at least 5 or so, Department of Justice, this, that, and the other thing, IRS, whatever. I'm saying I'm trying to elevate above all that. Tomorrow is not promised for me. I'm grateful for today. I'm grateful for what has been given, and I'm going to enjoy myself. And I recommend that for you. Now, yeah, I've been rambling. I don't know if it came together for you. I said, I don't know if it came together for you. I hope it does, because I know you can't get this time back, and so that ain't cool. But think about that for a minute. If it helps, go look it up on YouTube. It's the Jacksons. It's 1976. You got to enjoy yourself. That's it.